Well, you might think it was a bit over the top about the Caddy van. However, there's a number of things. If you have a Caddy van, I've had two, and the same fault exists in both. The bolts holding on the spare wheel carrier. One of them doesn't matter. It's bypassed. It's just pushed in sideways like that. But the other one does, and you have to take it out. And you will not get it out on the two I had. I've carried out investigations. The nut that's on it is very, very tough steel. It might actually be carbide steel. Tungsten carbide, rather. It could be tungsten carbide. I'll do more checks on that. Even with heat, with lubricants, I couldn't get it off. It'd break the wrench before to take it off. If you got a big long bar, it still wouldn't take it off. So I eventually cut, burned, and angle grinded it till I got it off. In both cases, I had the rear bumper off. In both cases, had I not had the rear bumper off, I wouldn't stand a chance. I don't know how many Caddy vans have this fault, but if you have one, don't leave it till you get a flat wheel. Go out and see can you get the bolt off. You probably won't. At least be aware of this problem. Now, somebody may be getting them off. It's possibly that a garage with a good air gun air wrench might take off one. Remember, you only need to take off one. But I can't tell you any more. Only how I had to solve it was to get new bolts, get a tap, clean the threads on the nut, and dispense off the old nut completely. Now, one of the things I'd like to get is one of the old bolt, get a proper bolt. I suspect, I ran a vernier calipers on it and it's 12 mil. That's the nominal diameter, all right. I'd rather see it a little less, 11.98 or there, but 12 mil is what it is. I suspect the problem is in the trough between the threads. You know, like these two batteries here, you have the top here, the outside diameter, and the inside diameter then is inside. And I suspect that those bolts are rolled. They're not made on any kind of machine, and they're not proper 10 by 1.5 bolts. Now, in case I said anywhere there were other threads, they're 1.5 millimeter. They're metric fine. They're not any other thread. 1.5. So I got me two taps and I drilled them up and I cleaned them out. And got the proper bolt off the supplier. You get them off Hassel's down the country. You get them in Fast Fix, and all I had was ones with a bit of a shoulder. So you've seen the way I adopted it. So it's on now and it's perfect. It must be said, however, that if you even with this, if you try to take out the spare wheel from the carrier without it being jacked up, you'll have great trouble, because there's not enough space between the bottom of the car and the road for the spare wheel to come out. And if you have a drawbar, which I have, you haven't a hope. The only way you'll get it out is, if you have the carrier down, is jack it up on one side at the back, and then you'll get it out. You could throw the wheel in the inside in the van while you're getting sorted, right? But you have to have it raised to some degree to get out the wheel. So if you got a front wheel puncture, you'd lift the back of it up, get out your wheel, get all that done, put back up your carrier, and then you'd let down your jack and you'd lift the front wheel, and then you'd have the spare wheel out of the spare wheel compartment. It's a great space there, and it's a natural place to fit the spare wheel. So I've done everything I can to make sure that I can carry it there in confidence that if I'm stuck or get a puncture, I can unscrew the thing I made, and I've shown you how I've made that. If you want more looking at it, I can say so. But I have a way of working. I have gas bottles, brazing equipment, welding equipment, everything, and grinding equipment, vices and everything. I have that. What about the ordinary person? What about Mammy going home with the 3 kids on the 13th of February and it's snowing? I know it would be hard to get over all the problems I name, but there is no excuse for producing a bolt which can't be removed from the nut. That is not justifiable, and that's why I say the Germans are stone mad to try and do such a thing. Have a look at the other two videos there. Maybe you've already seen them, and we'll see you back for something. Goodbye.